What's up guys, Mighty Magnezone here, and I'm excited to be bringing you guys the NPL Season 2, Week 1. So, as you guys probably know, or do not, this is my first competitive league that I'm in since the D-League Season 2. I'm excited. I haven't played League format competitively in a year, and I think I'm rusty, and I don't want to be rusty. One of the biggest things that I'm most proud of in the community is that I think I'm a good league battler, and I want to continue to be a good league battler, and the only way I could do that is to continue to do more league battles. So, I joined a league called the NPL, and we have our work cut out for us week 1. The Washington Blazekins are back, we are ready, and I think we drafted a pretty good team. Revolves around Mega-Sceptile, Azumarill, Infernape, with a bunch of offense, and then a few defensive pieces like Miltank, Mandibuzz, Rotom, and a couple of other Pokemon similar to that. Week 1, we have Aki. He's a good opponent. He's actually one of the, I wouldn't say underrated, but I never knew this guy before I joined this league. But I quickly learned he is a very, very good battler. He has won 6. Yes, that's right. I didn't lie there. 6 league championships, and he's a really cool guy. And I'm scared. He's got a good team. I planned pretty well, I think, for this match. It's Victini and Weavile are pretty scary in general, but let me show you what I have to deal with this team and how I plan on beating it. So the team revolves around Cloyster. The plan is sweep with Cloyster, and there's a few things I need to do to sweep with Cloyster if I want to beat him. First thing I need to do is I need to kill the Aggron. Mega-Aggron is scary, it is spooky, and it's hard to kill. It's not hard to kill for my team, but it's hard to kill for Cloyster, and if I want Cloyster to sweep, then Aggron needs to die. Rotom needs to be at half health. Rotom needs to be around half health. I would like to be for it to be at about 40% before I am allowed to Shell Smash up and try to sweep him with Rock Blast, Icicle Spear, and I also have Ice Shard just in case things get pretty wild. And then the Hitmontop. The Hitmontop needs to be weakened. Hitmontop is his only switch into Nidoking. There's only decent switch into Nidoking, so I will have no problem weakening the Hitmontop, so I'm not concerned about that. The way I will beat Aggron is with a Magnet Pool Magnezone. You might say, hey buddy, that thing gets Earthquake. And I say to you, hey buddy, I have an air balloon. And you say, but what if he pops the air balloon before that? And I say, hey buddy, I got Magnet Rise. So I got the dual floaty Magnezone with Thunderbolt, which should 2-hit KO the Aggron in most scenarios. I also have Volt Switch and Flash Cannon. Volt Switch just for momentum and other different situations, and Flash Cannon is just for some pure damage. Infernape, I realized that one of the best ways I have to weaken the Rotom to under 50% is by clicking close combat with a Life Orb Infernape, and that is what I plan on doing. Infernape 2-hit KOs the Rotom. It does a ton of damage with Overheat to the Aggron. Mach Punch will kill the Weavile, and I think my last move is U-Turn, just for momentum. Nidoking. I need a way to kill Victini. Victini is scary. I could switch into Victini, kind of, but I need a way to kill Victini. And the best thing I can come up with on my team is actually Nidoking, a Scarf Nidoking, with Earth Power, Sludge Wave. I had Ice Beam, but just before the match, I switched it to Flamethrower because he has an Acelgor. And if he led a Acelgor, I plan on leading Nidoking regardless. If he had a Acelgor and he wanted to switch into Aggron, I want to try and catch that with a Flamethrower. And it's just overall is a safe move to click in most scenarios in the game. It's always going to hit, and it's always going to do a decent amount of damage to most of his team. And then my last move is a surprise move, and it is the surprise move Sucker Punch. Victini is spooky, Victini is scary. Sucker Punch does about 50% to Victini in case things get pretty wild, or at least he's a Scarf set and he clicks moves that try to kill me. Next I have Miltank. Miltank is the only switch in I have on my team to both Weavile and Victini, which is not good. My team doesn't have the best defensive options, so I have to play around that, and I think I'm a good enough player to do that. Miltank is carrying Stealth Rock, Seismic Toss, Milk Drink, and something. I'm not quite sure what that something is. I think it is Heal Bell. I switch into Weavile very easily, and I switch into a physically offensive Victini also very easily. And the reason that the reason Scarf, Victini, I switch in very well, and that is the main set that I cannot beat with Nidoking. So I felt like between those two, I have a good answer to Victini, because if he's Scarfed, I could wall him. If he isn't Scarfed, then Nidoking can go and revenge kill it easily. Next up is Mandibuzz. I needed more bulk on my team. Mandibuzz is carrying Foul Play to hit the Aggron, U-Turn, Roost, and Defog. I believe I had this battle a few days ago, and by a few days ago I mean almost a week ago at this point, because I just got a new computer, so yay me! Mandibuzz is one of the most important things that I have on my team for victory, because I don't like hazards and I don't want them on the field, especially if I want the Cloyster to sweep, and I've already been through the Cloyster set. So without further ado, let's get into the battle. So like I said, I was going to lead with Nidoking, and he was going to actually lead with his Rotom, I believe. So right off the bat, I say I don't want to be in here, so I am going to switch into Miltank. Unfortunately, my Miltank gets crit here. So this sucks, because this is my switch in to his two main offensive threats, and I needed this thing healthy. Fortunately for me, he misses as I switch into Mandibuzz. He clicks a Volt Switch. I predict this, and I just click U-Turn. I believe I click U-Turn. Yeah, I do not... I know he's a good player, and when I play against good players, I want to keep momentum up. And this is where I switch into Aggron, boom, Magnet Rise, he plan is set, he clicks Roar. I'm like, crap. This sucks. Hold on. We're gonna go back. So, I click Magnet Rise thinking that I am very safe here. He has Roar. Like, that's great prep, there's nothing I can do about that. So, I have to come up with a different way to beat this Aggron. Luckily for me, he roars me into Nidoking. Now, with Nidoking on the field, this really threatens him out. And this threatens him out into one of three things. A, Crobat. This would dodge the Earth Power, and also keeps up offensive momentum. 2, Rotom Wash. Also dodges Earth Power, and is a little bit more passive, and I have switches into Rotom, but not very decent ones. 3 is the Hitmontop. If he goes into Hitmontop, I'm not really that concerned, because what I'm doing here is I just want to see what his answer is to my Nidoking. This will allow me to make predictions later on in the game, and this overall is my best play. So I make a double, and I actually go out into Magnezone, and I'm actually going to switch this to slow instead of normal pace. So yeah, I switch into Magnezone, as I believe he switches into the Hitmontop. So I'm like, alright, cool, whatever. My balloon is not very important anymore, so I do not care if he clicks Fake Out, I do not care if whatever he does. Right here, I'm scouting to see what his set is. I find he is Assault Vest. So I'm like, okay, that's good, that's fine. With this information, Mandibuzz has a great time against this thing. He does just click Close Combat, trying and pick up a lot of damage and a kill, and I say no. I didn't necessarily know what to do here, so I just decided to click Roost. It was my safest play. I wanted this Mandibuzz healthy, and I felt like I could roost up safely on the Hitmontop. Here I just click Foul Play, showing that you cannot wall me. I know you're going to eventually want to set up rocks, and I also have the Rocky Helmet, so this is a losing battle for the Aggron. He has no recovery, I have great recovery. He's just going to go ahead and set up his Stealth Rocks. Now, instead of just defogging here, I know from what I've gathered about Ike, he doesn't like hazards, and he doesn't like long games, and he likes to win. his best way to win this game quickly is to go into Weavile and just kill something. I don't want him to go into Weavile to kill something, and if I click Defog, I allow him to go into Weavile and kill something, which is something I don't want. So I decide to foul play again. Knowing there's nothing this aggron can do to me, this was a very safe play, but it also had a very high reward. So safe play, high reward, and I liked to press safe play, high reward buttons. So I click foul play. This does a lot of damage. It does about 50%, weakens the Weavile. Good, that's good for me. He's actually going to reveal he is Life Orb. I click knockoff, or he clicks knockoff, I predict it. 1. There's not much on my team that could switch into a knockoff. 2. That was his safest play. If he clicks Ice Cold Crash and I go into Magnezone, or I go into Cloyster and try and set up, and overall, like, knockoff, while it wasn't his only play, it was his safest play, and I thought that's what he would do, and I predicted it correctly. I click U-turn, so Mandibuzz getting the first kill of the season, taking out Weavile, something you don't see every day. So I'm fine with this. I'm fine with the health that my Mandibuzz is at. I'm glad that the roll is already done, but it still has a lot to do later on in the match. So I believe I switch right into Infernape here. Yeah, knowing that Infernape has a very good matchup against the rest of his Pokemon. If he goes into Rotom, I could just click U-turn. If he goes into Victini, I can just click U-turn and scout sets and things like that. So boom, I just go ahead and click U-turn, get some damage off on this thing, because I still do not know if it's defensive or not. So unfortunately for him, he's going to miss another Hydro Pump, but for me, that's fine. I actually have enough speed investment in this Magnezone where I would outspeed a Rotom Wash. However, I think he sped crept me a little bit, and he actually does outspeed me, which I'm fine with because I get off a slow Volt Turn, or Volt Switch, and that really helps me weaken the Hitmontop. So knowing that he's already used his Intimidate, and he is Assault Vest, my best way to kill this thing is to go into Infernape and click Close Combat. His only switch into Close Combat right now is Crobat, and I don't think he would risk his Crobat right away. So Close Combat, easily going to pick up the kill on Hitmontop. Sweet, we're up 6-4. Great news. However, we're in a bad spot. So before we see what this Victini does, you have to understand how much I hate playing against Victini. It is scary, and it can do so many different things. Infernape is one of my keys to victory at this point, because it's one of the only things that could still deal with Aggron, but like reliably. So the Nidoking can deal with Aggron because of Earth Power. However, that's his only way, and 2 of his 4 Pokemon remaining are immune to Earth Power. So it's not the most reliable move to be clicking in a situation where I need to kill Nidoking. So my only option is to preserve Infernape. So Infernape has to live. Next up, Cloyster, that has to live. Mandibuzz is a bad switch in here because it lets him kill me easily, and I don't want that. So, because Mandibuzz still has value, and Miltank, the Weavile's gone, right? The best thing that my Miltank can do to me, because it really can't get back up to full on the rest of the Pokemon, especially with Rocks up, so I just thought, okay, I'm just going to switch into Miltank here, and see what he goes for. I feel pretty safe going into Miltank. At this point, I feel really confident in my ability to win this game. But you will see, when I switch out, my chances of winning this game drop drastically. Because he clicks Flame Charge. I'm like, crap. So, I take my time. I'm flustered, right? There's nothing I could switch in. So, at this point, my game plan is, okay, he's Life Orb, he's shown that. I have Sucker Punch, he won't expect Sucker Punch, there's nothing he could really do to expect Sucker Punch. So I have to get this thing to enough Life Orb bits in order for Sucker Punch, so for the combination of Sucker Punch and Ice Shard on Cloyster to kill this thing. That's my best way to win this game. So I actually decide to go into Mandibuzz. I go into Mandibuzz because while it is valuable and it walls the Aggron very well, when this whole I don't know, shitstorm is over with this Victini, which I need it to be, I'm going to have a lot of offensive pressure, and his defense is going to have a hard time keeping up with my offense. So I decided to go into Mandibuzz. It's got to settle a bit more, and he actually reveals the Psychic. So I'm like, sweet. Okay, this is good to know. He's a special Victini. Now I just sack it. I'm like, oh, he's a mixed Victini. So this means he either has Blue Flare, or no fire move, or V-Create. So I'm like, all right, let's see if he clicks V-Create. If he clicks V-Create, I'm in a great spot. Boom, he clicks V-Create. Sweet. Okay, I did not expect him to click Flame Charge because I believe there was a chance I could live. I don't really remember because this battle was a while ago. I'm like, all right, whatever. Now my Scarf Nidoking outspeeds it, so I'm just going to click Sludge Wave because that does damage to all of his team except for Aggron. He forgets that V-Create drops his speed, is confused by outspeed, and I gain a ton of momentum. This is lovely. He knows I'm Scarf. He is very concerned and he doesn't understand why. I decided to sack my Miltank, but he clicks Roar. I'm like, alright. If I get roared out into Cloyster, this is bad news bears. I get roared out into Infernape. I'm like, lovely. Okay. Overheat does the job from here. It'll take out this. It'll probably take out the Crobat. And it was my best move to click in that scenario. Right, so he goes into Crobat, nicknamed Danza. Like, alright, whatever. Boom, I could just go ahead and sack the Miltank here and see what he wants to go for. Maybe a Brave Bird, or maybe he won't even have Brave Bird, but he does reveal to have the Brave Bird. So I'm like, alright, Nidoking could come in, it could take a Brave Bird, and it could fire back and threaten him out with Ice Beam. I don't have Ice Beam. I cannot Oko the Crobat. He thinks I can Oko the Crobat. So his only way for him to win this game right now is to switch into Rotom Wash. And the best way I have to win this game is to predict the switch into Rotom Wash and click Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave. That is what I do, and I get rewarded by knocking this thing into a 2-hit KO range. So at this point, I know I outspeed, I know I kill this. Now he essentially has to go back into Crobat on my Sludge Waves, which he does. Man, I'm like, alright, I can just keep firing away some Sludge Waves. I'm fine. Crobat is weak, or what's it called? Crobat, or Rotom is under 40%. The Cloyster could sweep at any moment. I'm not concerned one bit at all. He sets up Tailwind. I'm like, alright, this could make this game not as good. I just have to stall out Tailwind turns, and I'm not concerned about doing that because Brave Bird Recoil, I could find ways to kill the Crobat. He reveals that he is Scarfed, which I kind of thought he might be because it's his best way to outspeed my Sceptile and just kill it right away. So I thought he might go ahead and be Scarfed, and he confirms that right now. He has one turn left to Tailwind, and I believe after I kill the Crobat, I think I switch into Cloyster. Like, okay, that's fine. You're not going to click an electric move. You're going to click Hydro Pump. He misses. Whatever. I click Icicles or Rock Blast to try to do just chip damage and try and 2KO this thing. And I get 2 hits, and I'm like, whoa, hold up. Why did I only get 2 hits? I'm not a Skill Link Cloyster. I forgot to put Skill Link on, so I'm like, alright, whatever, let's just click Shell Smash. At this point, the game is mine. There's really nothing I could do to lose this game, so he does and clicks Paint Split again because he's trying to get his Rotom to a spot where he could actually live hits, but that can't happen anymore. So I just go ahead and click Rock Blast again, and it does a good amount of damage. It does 3 hits, doesn't kill. He actually kills me with Volt Switch, so I get to choose what I want to get the final kill, because both Nidoking and Infernape are at 2, and I'm like, I like Infernape more, so Infernape's going to get the final kill. And I'm happy that I won, but I'm also a little bit upset that I won because he forgot something in the game. So I'm mad that it wasn't a clean game, and there's always people that could go and say, well, you only won because because he screwed up and he forgot. And one of my main missions in this league is I want to dominate. I want to beat. I want to go undefeated, and I want to win the championship. And this guy is one of the best players in the league, if not the best. And I just beat him, and I might not get the respect I deserve. So I'm fine with whatever happens after this point. I feel like after week 1, I really like the way my team played overall. I like the way I prepped, and I like what I ended up bringing. I look forward to the next matches of the season. Next week, I play against the Hidden Valley Ranch Roserades, because I have no idea. His team name is just really long, pushed by Turbo. We're gonna see if we can go get a win. It's a pretty even matchup overall, and I will see you guys in the next one, which will be uploaded on Sunday. Sorry this one is late. Like I said, got a new computer, and I wanted to have sexy graphics. So with all that said, I will catch you guys later. Peace. Bye.